class. Good morning to you all. Good afternoon to you all. Good evening to you all. My name is Theophilus. I've been here this Asari, but my birth name is Theophilus Kenasari. That is why you can see Theophilus Kenasari here. Okay. I'm taking you through this section. Our previous sections, we talk about computer virus. We couldn't end because we can use 2 weeks to treat this topic. If I need to dive deeper, how do I dive deeper? We talk about computer virus, what computer virus is, what brings computer viruses, or what is the causes of computer virus, and some preventions of it. We spoke about the reasons why we need to be careful of pen drives that we use, or the pen drive we insert on our machines, and the reasons why we need to upload certain softwares on our machines to help us prevent computer viruses. Okay. Today's topic. This brings us to today's topic: introduction of electronic spreadsheet. Class. When we talk about spreadsheet, what is spreadsheet? Okay, and I would like to ask to be engaged in today's activities. Today we are talking about electronic spreadsheet. What is electronic spreadsheet? Electronic spreadsheet is a computer application used for organizing and analyzing and storing data in a tabular form. When they talk about tabular form, that is whereby everything is in a table form. Everything is being arranged in a table form to help us solve certain things quicker and faster. That is why it's being organized. That is why it's being analyzed. Because when these things are being settled, it's being settled in horizontal or vertical way. That is the key part today I'll be handing on. We have rows and we have columns and we have cells. So class, let's take a look at something here. When you talk about columns, what is a column? And when you talk about a cell, what is a cell? When you talk about a row, what is a row? There is a row. Everything being centered this way is a row, and everything being centered this way is a column. Okay, and class, take a look at something. We heard about cell. Sorry for using left. We heard about cell. This is a cell. Anything within this is a cell. The thing that I've selected is a cell. Okay, this is a cell. So right now I've selected cell 2A. Alright, that is A2. Okay, class, let's continue with today's class. I would like to hinder on certain points here. So, why or how or where is spreadsheets being used? Where can we get known of why spreadsheets are being used? That is in the bank sector. Whenever you go to the bank sector, you can see people using their laptops. You can see some even in paper forms. You can see the spreadsheet being analyzed in the paper forms. All right. Why am I saying we can use spreadsheets in a bank form? We'll move to the next section. I'm going to give you some softwares or some applications which is in alignment with a spreadsheet. We have something like the Microsoft Excel. That is what I just projected. The banking sectors use spreadsheets in calculations, in analyzing and in organization forms, in report making, and in a lot of things, right? Even in their resources, the banking sectors use this. And let's talk about the school report. The reason why currently, in the olden days, we use in a manual form, but currently the school has advanced in technical forms. That is why spreadsheets can help us generate results and reports. If we have a class about 100 and we need to generate or bring out the report, that is whereby we have something like cumulative or report ratings. With this section, reports are being generated. When you just hit that, I have some examples. I'll generate it to you guys later on. Right now, if I am supposed to have a name in A2, and I am supposed to have a name in A4. These things are being listed here. The names will be listed here, and their results will what be generated in F1 because I have someone's name in what A1. So if the name is listed here and the results will be what listed here, that is why we can talk something about the school reports, because in the next section I will brief you guys in this one too as well, because the results can be generated in a quicker form. And even with this Excel or with spreadsheets, we have other features that can help us do this things quicker and faster. Okay, class. So let me move on to our next sections here. We'll be talking about the business inventories. With business inventories, when you talk about business inventories, even in businesses, spreadsheets don't have left out. We can use this in doing a lot of things, class. Alright, so class, you see the business inventories, just as I'm saying, businesses, business deals with works, business deals with ideas, business deals with companies, business deals with even in school we have businesses that is being in place, that has been taking place. But let's take an example of tech. Have you heard about tech? There is a university with tech. They have certain businesses and the campus whereby spreadsheets are being used. Applications of such spreadsheets are being used. Just like the banking centers, I've already stated about the banking centers. Even with restaurants, we even use spreadsheets within certain things that we do over there. Because when you come over there, we generate certain reports after you have bought certain things that you need to buy over there. We generate certain things that will give out your cost, the kind of things the product you have bought, or the kind of things you have already used over there. So class, let me also move about certain examples of spreadsheets. Alright, so let's take a look at examples of spreadsheet. We have the Microsoft Excel, we have the Google Sheet, we have the Library Office that deals with calculations. I will master on the calculation next time when we meet, okay? But very soon I'll master on this, so don't worry. Let's talk about the Microsoft Excel. With the Microsoft Excel, just as the one I've already shown to you previously, with the Microsoft Excel, it just looks just like the Excel that I just shown to you. With the Excel, this is the Excel. I've already talked about the rows and columns. So this is a column, never forget about this. This is a row, never forget about this. Alright, everything that looks this way is a row. Alright, and this is a cell. So right now, take a look. I have selected what? A2. Alright, so A2 is a cell that I've selected. So if I want to select something like, take a look class, if I want to select something like A4, you see, it's just moving to A4. That is A4. So that A4 is there what? A cell. Alright, so now this is the same thing as what? Whereby the other applications I shown you earlier on. This is the same thing as class, this is the same thing as Google Sheet. The only differences are certain features that are being used there, and it's the same thing as LibreOffice calculation. With this one, we deal with most things are dealing with calculations, and it's the same thing as the historical example I've listed here. So class, let's move on. Certain activities I would like us to take a look at, some questions. Alright, so with this one, I would like all of you to sit down, think about them, generate certain things to me, and let's move on to the next sections. Alright, I'll meet you guys very soon later on. So before I leave, let me ask you, where have you ever seen a spreadsheet being used? I know I stated certain things, but I'm asking you, where have you ever thought about where spreadsheets are being used, or where have you seen any spreadsheets, or have you ever seen spreadsheets being used? Alright, so with this one I have stated, let's list some examples of spreadsheets. Alright, let's list some partners whereby spreadsheets are being shared. At least the partners, we can see them in our offices, we can see them in our banking sectors, we can see them even in churches. Spreadsheets that are being used. They have certain applications whereby their features are, or their looks are just like a spreadsheet. Alright, So the follow-up class, let's share this out things within ourselves and let's learn more within our next sessions. We'll continue on. I'll talk to you more about certain things. All right. Thank you very much for this session.
I'm Bufori Patrick Chumasi, and I'm taking you through the benefit of electronic spreadsheet. I'm sure Ken have taken the first aspect with you, so I have to take you through the benefit of the electronic spreadsheet. So let's start with something new. This is the number one. Let's talk about accuracy in calculations in spreadsheets. When we talk about accuracy in calculation in spreadsheets, it means spreadsheet uses formulas to calculate automatically. Like when you are here to sum like items and their prices in a shop, you are not there to use your phone or calculator to be adding that kind of stuff. They have generated a spreadsheet app you can use to calculate everything here and then. Let me take you through like this one here. We have a Fanta and a bread. The one price costs 45 cedis, the second price costs 34 cedis, the third costs 7 cedis, 45 cedis and 33 cedis, sorry. The bread costs 23 cedis, 54 cedis, 64, 87 and 23. So I want to calculate for the first bread, which is 45 cedis and 37. Someone will say that it will be 79. You will use your mind to calculate it by a spreadsheet of an app or formulas which can be used to calculate these kinds easy and similar. So the formula to use to calculate the first bread, which is 45 cedis, and the 34 is equal to sum. Then you bring your bracket. Which is the cell is A7. You see A7. A7 is the 45. So you enter A7 plus the A8. Then you close it. When you end, it will give you what? 79. Straightforward answer. You don't need to be stressing off your mind. Okay, so let me take you back to our work, which is number 2. Number 2 is easy to edit and update. Like the spreadsheet app is easy to use to edit, like taxes or works you do or anything, and it's easy to update works. Like example, updating a shop price list, like as I take you through the Fanta and the bread example down there. If you want to make any update here, like let's put the total for this one. We have to put the total for this one here. So let's equal to, let's use the example, equal to sum bracket A7 is to A11. So you see, say you give you the total amount of bread here, 160, which is 164. So when you want to do any update or any other thing here, and you add 45, 40, this is 45, so let's do it 50. You see, say the sum of change here. The sum will change here. Okay, so this means editing and updating in spreadsheet are easy and faster, and the benefit of that is it saves time as compared to manual recalculations in other stuffs. Number 3, it's time saves. time save. It saves times. Automatic repetition tasks like attendance counting and grade computation. Like spreadsheet is used to calculate grades of students. Easy and simple and simpler. Yeah, easy and simpler. Let me give you an example here so you're gonna understand this better. So Juliana, for the first example, Juliana as in cell A1 has a score in cell A2 as 80. Kofi had a score in B2 as 57 and Albert have 34. So as we want to grade the students as in A, B or C, or A, B plus or C, that kind of stuff. So as for here, we're gonna start with an if statement and an if formula here. So we will start with equal to, then you give an if, bracket open, if A1, say A1 is greater than or equals to 80. As we know that the grading systems in our schools are 80 and above are the A1 A's, and the 75 to 74, like the 79 to 74 are the B's, the B plus, and the 74 downwards to 70 are the B's. No? So let's take that grading system and do this scan ones. So if A1 is greater than or equals to 80, then comma, then you bring your question mark. The system should print what? A. Bring a comma. And if A1 sorry. So let's see this one. If A1 is greater than or equals to 80, the system should generate A or excellence. Maybe excellent is good here. So let's use excellent, comma. If A1 greater than or equals to 75, let the system print very good, comma. If bracket open, A1 is greater than or equals to 70, let the system print good. So you see as it have generated here. Juliana had 80, so the formula for generating the grades we entered here just gave that Juliana get an excellent, meaning he have get 80 and above. So let's take you through another example, which is the mini class activity. The mini class activity, this is an example, or it's a task form for you to do this one. This says open a simple spreadsheet app, change a number and observe change in total. You can see that as I really did in the first example down there. Let me take you through that again so you're gonna understand this better. So let's calculate the total bread amount here. Then we do the changes, the mini class changes here for you to understand it better. So you do the calculation equal to sum. The cell is B7. B7. You see it here, B7, which is 23. So B7 is to B11. And you close it. You see how it have highlight all the cells, like all the number, the amount in the column from B7 to B11. You have seen all the cells selected here. So then you press your enter. So you will see the total amount here from 23, 54, 67, 87, 23. The total amount is 254. So 254. So you want to observe some changes in this price list here. So let's change this 67 to 50. 57 to 50. And let's come here. You see the price list have changed. It have reduced to 237. Let's change this one to 80. You see the price have changed to 230. So this is the end of the class for today. Thank you for your time.
My name is Inde Nukundicha Prosper. I'm taking you through the benefit of electronic spreadsheet part 2, and this one is deep than the previous ones my brother talked about. So let's start, please. Let's start. And I'm taking you through the data analysis with chart. Data analysis with chart can turn members into graphs and charts for easy understanding. An example: students performance comparison using bar chart. Show how to select data and click insert chart. And that one, if you can remember, we did this thing. I'm coming, please, class. We did something like this back at level 100, if you could remember. And this is the bar chart. You can all see it. You understand? So these are the calculation, or where you can take it easy. You understand? And then we come back to this one like this. I'm coming. This one. Okay, as I explained to you the first slides, let's move to the second one. Store large amount of data. Can store thousands of rows and columns in one file. Example: all senior high students exams result in one sheet. It make the exams, like senior high schools, the exams, it make it easy when they are taking results. Understand? So let's move to the next slide. Like this. And then sharing and collaboration online. Cloud tools like Google Sheets allow multiple people to edit at the same time. Example: class group project where everyone update expenses. Tips: ask students if they have used Google Docs before. It works the same way. You understand? So this one too, it shows us like students those have used. If you want to use your this thing, I'm coming, please. As I said, it works the same way, just like WhatsApp or in our cloud. You understand? So let's move to the next slide. Students are their activity. Task: suggest a sheet of school's data. Example: sports score, exams marks. That could be turned into a chart. Share the ideas with the class. Yeah, share idea with the class. Like my brother talk about at the first lesson. This one I don't think we have to talk much. We have the manual one and then the rest. You understand? Like my brother talk about at the first lesson. Thank you, please.
Good day, class. My name is Moses Mensah, and I'm going to take you through this session of our lesson. So I'm going to talk about common spreadsheet software. Though we have a lot of spreadsheet softwares, but I'm going to entreat you guys on only 3 now. So first of all, we look at Microsoft Excel. One may ask, what is a Microsoft Excel? A Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet application developed by Microsoft that is used to organize, analyze, and visualize data. And also, Microsoft Excel can be paid before using. At the same time, it can work offline. It is used by businesses, banks, schools, hospitals, and any other section or any other sectors in our localities. So, why did I make mention of businesses, banks, schools, and hospitals? You know, nowadays businesses that we have uses Microsoft because of our tech environment that we are in right now. As you go back to the olden days, when you visit any businesses around your environment, you will see that when you get to the reception, you will see this notebook there that you have to input your data in it, or you have to write down your particulars in it. But electronic softwares have come into our end to help us to keep records, and also has come to make our workload, that time that we are using the notebook, have made our workload so easier. So nowadays businesses are using electronic Microsoft Excel to keep their data, and banks also use them to keeping of records and imputations as well. Schools have been also using it to generate reports, keep student records, and so forth. And also, our hospitals are using Excel to keep records of their clients or of people that have been visiting the hospital. Moreover, Excel works on Windows and Mac OS. So to get to our next point, I'm going to talk about Google Sheets. What is Google Sheets? Google Sheets is an application, or it's a web-based spreadsheet application created by Google that lets you to create, edit, share spreadsheets online completely free. I said it's a web-based. It means you use browser to open. It's free and also work online in a browser. Yeah. Though when we were treating the Microsoft Excel, you said that we can work offline, but Google Sheet is truly works online only because you use a browser. And anytime you want to use a browser, definitely automatically you have to use internet. And also it's allowed teamwork in real time. Assuming I'm in Koko right now, and maybe my team worker or my colleague is in Accra or the other one is in Kumasi. If you want to come up to work as a team, Google Sheets will help us to work from our various places at the same time. And also, it can be used on computers and smartphones. Like the point I said earlier, Google Sheets can work on or can be used on computers and smartphones. Simply means, assuming I and my team want to come up with a new project, it's not forcefully for me to use computer, or let's assume my computer is broken. When my smartphone is around me, I can easily join them by using my smartphone. Also, we want to talk about this point, this office called the LibreOffice. It also works free offline, or it's a free offline software. Works on many operating systems, like as I stated earlier. You can work on the Linux, work on the Windows, you can work on the Mac OS, and so forth. It's the early spreadsheet software, important in history but rarely used today. So this office, let's say this office came when computer was invented. Let me put it that way, because during the art of expressionism, where we had computer to use, I think this office were there to help, to use in our calculations, to use in our records keeping, and so forth. So class, I think these are the three things I want to explain to you. So I have this quick activity here that I want to, it's a quiz, yeah, it's an activity that, what you've learned today, I want you to go back, and I want to do this test to see whether what I teach or what I taught get into our consents. So let's match the description to the correct softwares. So per my slide, we learned that some softwares or some spreadsheets or like some softwares use free and work offline. Some are paid and they are very powerful before they can use, and some are also a historical spreadsheet softwares. At the same time, some work collaboratively by free, at the same time work online. So I want to do this quick activity with you. So let's see the free and work offline of which of the software that you think best suits the free and two. So free means it works offline. So let's get back to our slide. Microsoft Excel. We stated that we can pay it and at the same time can work offline. But paid means making subscription to Microsoft Excel. But at the same time, or after being made the payment, we can still work it offline while we are not connected to the internet. Very good. Let's get back to our quiz. Still free means it works offline. So back to Google Sheets. It says it's free, work online in a browser. So Google Sheets is free only if it can work in a browser. So when it comes to our case, free works offline qualifies to work on Google Sheets or work in Google Sheets, but it cannot work offline because it only works online. Back to the LibreOffice. It's free offline software, works on many operating systems. So as for the free works offline, it can work on this office as it has been stated. So our second point is paid. Paid means making subscription to something. So let's get back to our Microsoft Excel. Yes, we can make payment to Microsoft Excel to get more features. That's powerful to use Microsoft Excel. After making the subscription or making the payment to use Microsoft Excel, it can work offline as well. Moreover, when it comes to Google Sheets, yes, it's free though, but we can make subscription as well. We can pay for you to get beautiful features on Google Sheets. But our keys, we studied our historical spreadsheet software, and this only works on the Office. Yes, it really works on the Office. So the last one says that free, online, and collaborative. It means when it is free, we can work it online, and at the same time, we can. In the collaborative, it gives you more advantages, more features to work on. So class, in our next meeting, you throw more light on that. Thank you.
Alright, good evening students. I hope you're all doing well by the grace of God. I am in the person of God Love Bing Mensenwa, and I'm here to give a recap of what has been taught by my fellow colleagues about spreadsheets, or electronic spreadsheets to be specific. We found out that spreadsheets is an application of organizing, analyzing, and storing data in tables. And we found out that with spreadsheets, there are three key parts that makes up a spreadsheet. First is columns, the second is rows, and the last is cells. Now with columns, rows, and cells, rows and columns are that which forms a cell. We have come to the understanding that rows are the vertical parts of the cell, and the horizontal part of the cell is what we call columns. In other words, columns and rows forms a cell. Moving further, let's delve into the benefits of spreadsheets. We came to the understanding, or we were taught by my fellow lecturers, that spreadsheets are beneficial, very, very beneficial. And one of the benefits of spreadsheets is that it gives accuracy in calculations. Accuracy in calculations is one of the benefits of spreadsheets. During times of calculations, let's say for example mathematics, it helps in accuracy. It gives correct answers during mathematics, and that is it. Another benefit of spreadsheets is that spreadsheets gives easy updates. Spreadsheets gives easy updates. It gives easy updates. Number three is that spreadsheets saves time. It is convenient and it saves time. Number four is that spreadsheets, as being taught by my fellow lecturers, can analyze large data. Data that is large can be analyzed by spreadsheets. And lastly, one of the benefits of spreadsheets is that spreadsheets supports sharing and collaboration. For instance, if you want to collaborate or if you want to share with your colleagues what has been taught, it is easy to use. It is easy to do so using spreadsheets. Now we're delving into real life scenarios using spreadsheets, and I'm to give some examples with using real life scenarios. One example of using real life scenarios in spreadsheets is class budget tracking for an excursion. For instance, if this class wants to go for an excursion, using spreadsheets we can track the number of people who have paid their monies We can track them and budget the number of people who are going to go for the excursion. So with spreadsheets, budget tracking for an excursion can be made simple and easy. Another example with real life scenarios is that spreadsheets can create a list of expenses. Let's say you're planning a road trip with friends and you want to track your expenses to ensure everyone contributes fairly. You can create a spreadsheet to list all expenses in order not to be treated unfairly. Another example is that spreadsheets can be used in formulas to total costs. Practical example is that you are planning a wedding and want to track the expenses to stay within budget. You can create spreadsheets to list the costs, including the venue, the catering, the decorations, what have you, in order for you to get the total costs using spreadsheet formulas. Another example is spreadsheets in a real life scenario. You can share sheets with all group members. Let's say as a group you've been given a project work or you've been given a group assignment. Because of the benefits, because of the features of spreadsheets, you can after the assignment share with your colleagues or your group members so that they can all get access to what you've done. That is how spreadsheets can be shared among yourselves.
Or we
So
talk
with that-
about it.
Alright, learners, that being done, I want you in your own groups to think of one school related problem spreadsheets can solve and share your solutions with the class the next time we meet. So have a blessed evening, and we'll meet in a different class. Thank you.